Welcome to FEBC News. Here are the top stories from our ministry fields around the world. In December, FEBC Cambodia aired a live broadcast of the Love Phnom Penh Festival, hosted by Franklin Graham in the Cambodian capital. An estimated 23,000 people attended, and more than 1,200 made the decision to follow Christ. Along with reaching thousands of Cambodians via the broadcast, FEBC staff were also on hand to provide counseling and connect with new listeners. In the remote region of Shan State in Myanmar, a local man who helped translate FEBC broadcasts into the Shan language traveled to 8 villages to visit with listeners. In just a few days, he handed out 50 radios to people eager to tune into FEBC. Because of the overwhelming demand for radios from these villages, he is planning another trip to bring more radios to those still waiting to tune in to FEBC programs. A woman from Thailand wrote to FEBC last month to tell us her story. Following a car accident, she became disabled and couldn't work. Her husband left her, forcing her to return home to live with her mother. Her heart was crippled by fear and sadness. Then she found our broadcast on the radio. The radio became my best friend, she said. I heard the good news of Jesus and accepted him into my heart. Now the fears are gone and I have God's love in my heart. This last Christmas season, thousands of Mongolians were ministered to by staff, volunteers, and listeners. Poor families were given coal to heat their yurts in the brutal winter, and one listener on the radio donated a bike to a boy who had never had one. Another listener donated a princess dress to a young girl whose family couldn't afford to give her gifts for Christmas. Moments like these are just some of the many reasons FEBC's Wind FM station is so respected and cherished by the community. Here's another story from Mongolia, demonstrating how others are reached by FEBC.
I'm a taxi driver and spend all of my time in a car. That's why I listen to local radio, and I started listening to FEBC. When I first started tuning in, I was not a Christian. In fact, I would turn FEBC off when customers got into my taxi, afraid I would lose future business. Eventually, friends encouraged me to go to church, which was located behind FEBC radio station. Due to listening to FEBC for so long, the message in church was easy to understand. 2 years later, I decided to study at the Union Bible Theological College, and I'm still taking classes.
Stories like this man's are so inspiring to hear, but sadly, the broadcasts that help bring them to Christ are facing major obstacles. We currently do not have enough funds to keep these broadcasts on the air, but thankfully, a generous friend of FEBC has offered a $10,000 matching challenge that will double your gift when received by March 1st. Please consider making a gift today to keep these stations and their gospel broadcasts on the air, delivering the good news of Jesus Christ to entire people groups. On behalf of all of us here at FEBC, thank you for your partnership in bringing the gospel to the hardest to reach.